All right, man. Here we go. Another week. A whole bunch of nerd stuff to talk about. See what's going to go on our list. With me, as always, is Questionable Francisco, full of turkey. How's it going?
What's up, man? You always do that, and you're a fuck face. What are we gonna talk about this week?
Ooh, dude, we got a lot to talk about. We got the usual batch of trailers. Some fun ones. We got a whole bunch of news now that the strike seems to be over. So that's for fun. We got some pretty big casting news to talk about. We are going to shed some tears as we talk about the Great British Bake Off, the latest episode. We're going to talk about some Monarch and some Godzilla action. Finally, I watched Blue Beetle, so we could both talk about it, get us some spoilers. I watched another film on Apple. We could talk about that. Got some new to the list stuff, and we're going to end it with our world famous double feature, as you call it.
Boom. That's the best.
How you feeling?
I feel great, man. It sounds like we're all set. Let's start the show. Hey, my wonderful shit-talking friend.
Bit of a pause.
How are you doing?
Bit of a pause makes me think.
Yeah, because I was like, how heavy do I want to come in? Do I want to come in like real big guns, or I want to come in Rocky IV style, or do I want to just come in, like Rocky 1, not completely like ripped, not on the sauce yet, So
no I came sauce. You dipped your toe into that one. You're like,
yeah, I came in Rocky 1 just because, it's beautiful to see you and share some wonderful thoughts with you, and then we'll see how it goes from here.
All right,
we'll see how it goes from here.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna go Rocky IV pretty soon. So
yeah, don't fucking start quitting shit already. All right, let's watch some shit all the way through.
Hold on to your Rocky 1 chonies, because here we go.
Here we go. Sauce.
All right. How Thanksgiving? Best dessert. Go.
Best dessert is this. I can't even say it. So it was like a brown. We made a blondie with ganache in the middle. And then it was wrapped in fucking puff pastry.
Yeah, that might do it. That might do it. You're going to send me the recipe for that.
It was a video. I thought you sent me the video.
There's a chance I send you a lot of stuff. So
yeah, I thought you sent me the video. Yeah, it was like some French sounding chick.
Okay,
she has an accent.
Not French.
I'll send you the video back and be like, and then we'll see. But yeah, that one, it took two of us to make it. My sister and I made it together, so which is really cool. Actually, we never do collabs like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was kind of cool to being in the kitchen together. And then her face when it was like, it calls for how much butter? and then we doubled the recipe because a lot of people were coming, right? So let's make it bigger, right? So we doubled the recipe. So needless to say, it was a lot of butter.
Dude, at one point, we was looking at our butter supplies and we realized we might run out of butter. I went and I got 12 more sticks of butter just to have in our back pocket.
Hey, no judging.
And we still have most of them, but we went through way more butter than I thought was going to happen. I'm like, where did the fucking butter go? It's in all of this? Oh, shit.
No judgment.
What? Anyways, but yeah, cool, man.
Second place, somebody made a homemade pecan pie, and I don't know if it's my ego saying that ours was better, but that was pretty close.
Damn,
they had these are from our pecan tree.
Oh,
so they had so it was these are my nuts in your mouth. And I'm like, okay, here we go.
We gotta pack it up and go home. Pack it up and go home. That's cool. All right, yeah. We'll talk more dessert. You send me that video and I'll report back. But let's get into some trailers. What do you say?
Let's do it, man.
All right. First up, what do we got?
First up, Creepy Corner, don't quit, even if it's the fucking holidays. All right. From Blumhouse, a little creepy tale, Imaginary, hitting the theaters on March 8th. I didn't recognize the actress, but I got to say, the little... This little trailer did the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I liked it. I thought it was a nice little idea. I'm like, that's clever. And it was really well done. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. It's kind of like little child's play, but a little supernatural and a little more like
doesn't seem like over the top. It's gonna give you enough
yeah.
pause, be like, hey, did that fucking thing move? You know what I'm saying? So I'm all in, bro. I'm in. Creepy Corner strikes again.
Cool. It's not my cup of tea, but I thought it looked pretty good. I was like, well done. All right.
I was gonna put the Terrifier 3 trailer on here, but that's not your cup of tea either.
No, probably not.
It's a lot of fucking gory shit, like extreme gore.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's keep it nice and light.
All right, what we got next?
Next up, full trailer for Anybody But You.
Yeah.
Starring Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Comes to theaters December 22nd.
Yeah, next month. What are your thoughts?
First, who's this Sydney Sweeney chick?
She's from the first season of White Lotus.
Oh, okay. All right. And I gotta say, I don't know if I buy it because I like the trailer. There were some funny moments, but Glenn Powell's kind of hot. And I don't know if it meets Sydney Sweeney is like even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I gotta tell you, man, I like Glenn Powell. I think he's more than this movie. Like, this movie is like a simple cheeseball premise.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, I hated Sydney Sweeney, her character from White Lotus, and I hated how she talks. And she kind of brought a lot of that with her for this thing.
Yeah, she still talks like, hey.
I can't get into that. I'm like, I just want to like push you off the boat. Like, just get away from me.
Yeah.
Just get away from me. I don't know. There's like a thing. I don't know. There's like a tone that just doesn't resonate in my brain well. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I mean, the movie looks cute enough. I won't watch it probably because of her. And I think Glenn Powell is punching down. Like, why would you do that? I guess he needs to work, but we'll see. I don't know.
Wow, we're kind of the same page there, fuckface.
Damn. Did you just go full Rocky 2 for a second there?
No, because we're on the same page. That was a lovable.
Oh,
that was a lovable one. That was like
right.
an embracing one.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, like Glenn Powell, he's got some comedy chops. So I agree with you that he's punching down because of her. But he was in a little show called Screen Queens with Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts, or is it?
I think you're right. I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
And what's her name from Halloween? The older lady,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you very much. She was in it, and that show was, if more people would have watched it, it was good, bro. It was like stupid funny, like these two airheads and stuff like that. That were just dumb slasher movie type shit, but it was being extreme satire and at the same time poking fun at the genre. I don't know. I think it was like a little bit of, I think if they were too young and people didn't know who they were, but now if you watch it, you were like, oh man, that's so and so and so and so. But it's a good little watch, man. It was funny as hell.
Okay,
Screen
Queens.
That's good to know. It was more funny. Instead. It was more funny than scary. It wasn't even fucking scary, but it was funny.
Cool. But yeah, this is a pass for me. Not on my list. All right, where we at next?
Next up, Mark Wahlberg making a dog movie, Arthur the King.
Yeah.
Cinemas, March 22nd, 2024.
Yeah.
Is this the only movie that he hasn't made before? Because he's made them all.
It looks like it's like an inspirational true story. How many true stories again does he have to do? Like, he's in every other true story movie. It looks. I think the thing that's more interesting for me, it's like this race I've never heard of. It's like a 10 days across Australia. You have to cover like 400 miles and bike and swim and trek and climb mountains. And I'm like, what is that? That looks hard. I'm curious about that. And then there just happens to be a dog just following around the whole time. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it's really well shot. They spent some money, and I don't know. It could be interesting, but I don't think it's gonna be like a blowing one's minds away. But it looks like a nice, inspirational, fun film. Thoughts?
Yeah. Thoughts. I love dogs, even though some people might say I don't. But I might be out on dog movies.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like I can't remember the last one that I watched where I was like, yeah, like fuck
Trace.
yeah. So I can't. For me, I'd rather go watch McFarlane USA, watch my homies
Run
Ross
around.
Cross Country, and then go to a quinceañera and shit. But it's all good.
Right.
People have their own. And I gotta say, Mr. Wahlberg is in the mailman. I'm gonna mail it in kind of stage of his career.
He's got bills to pay.
So I don't know. I don't know how committed he is to this. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. This is if it happens to be on the background, it happens to get really good reviews, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a bad film. It's just like it's very specific.
Yeah. It's on the mediocre side to me.
All right. What's next?
Next up, Bamsel. And I'm not gonna say her name.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Thank you, sir.
Things. Come on.
Yeah, coming with Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, the director of 28 Weeks Later.
Dude.
Yeah. Hey, this trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
And Robin Wright is in it too. Okay.
Yeah.
I like.
Hey, Netflix is in the Bobby Millie Brown business. They got full stock.
I would hitch my wagon there. I mean, she's very talented, and she's like producing, and she's gonna be a thing for a while.
Yeah.
And the films that they're doing with her are all like very high quality. They're not like some throwaway. They can be easily throwaway, but they're not. They spend some money, like Enola Holmes. They spend some money. This one looks like they spend even more money. They got like a dragon, and they got a legit director. I mean, 28 Weeks Later, that's a legit film, and that was like legit, like 10 plus 15 years ago.
Yeah.
High hopes for this, and this is they haven't even announced when this is coming out. Just next year. That's all they're saying right now.
This could be a potential tentpole type movie. You know what I'm saying? Where this is ground floor. We're gonna build on you because the premise looks interesting, and making like a princess, like a badass and shit like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
like
princess,
instead of being like the damsel in distress.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm no damsel. I'm a bad bee. She's playing. She's probably playing some fucking Cardi B on her headphones and shit, and
doing some pull-ups.
Yeah, she's a bad bitch. But anyways,
all right. Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm down.
Really cool. Yeah, I'm cool for this. We'll review it whenever it comes out. Yeah, in Netflix. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Shall we move into some news?
Beep 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 beep. All right, man.
It's
Dave
hilarious.
Filoni.
Yeah, it's hilarious that now that the strike is over, all of a sudden, like bang, 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 the news is just dropping.
Yeah.
We had to like go through and select stuff that we were interested in because there's like so many things happening. But I interrupted. Continue.
No, you're right, man. It's kind of like the way things go. Now we're gonna have too many news topics. First up, we got Dave Filoni is Lucasfilm's new CCO.
He's like Chief Creative Officer.
Yeah, he's like, how you like that Ahsoka? Bam, bam, bang in your face. Now I'm CCO. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, good for him.
Number one, they need this position. Like this is like the Kevin Feige of the Star Wars universe. Like, how did they not have this for the last like 15 years? You know what I mean? Like, what happened there? Like, clearly there was some disjointed storytelling. Like, you need someone to kind of like keep it going in like a consistent direction. And this dude's been with them for like 20 plus years, starting on like the Clone Wars shows, which everyone really loved. Like, if you're a Star
he's got
Wars
some
fan.
clout. He's got some weight to his name, so it's not like fans I'm sure are like, hell yeah, they probably gave it to one of us. The kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Where he's got, they're into it. He's got backing.
Yeah. And I'm into it. I mean, I enjoy his work more than most the average other Star Wars stuff. So I think it's got a much better fighting chance to continue with the quality.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
I like when they go kind of like spaghetti Western style of some of their storytelling and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like Ahsoka had a little bit of that, and of course Mandalorian has that.
Dripping in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And They tried with Boba Fett show that sucked.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he was very involved in that though.
you don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know. It didn't have his like at least some kind of standard. They were just kind of doing whatever they wanted to do, and they were like, "Cool, it's gonna be successful no matter what." Is it though? Was it? Anyways,
No, it wasn't. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else? Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I'm looking forward to everything. I mean, I think it's a great move.
Yeah, that's a great move. We'll see how many movies you actually watch, or you just fucking quit after 10 minutes.
We'll see.
Yeah. Moving on. Nicholas Hoult, your little favorite. You like that guy. Is set to be Lex Luthor in Superman Legacy.
I feel like he's still a little too young, but he's a hell of an actor. So he can be a
Bro, he just looks young. He just looks young.
Maybe.
He's been around fucking 15 years, bro. When was First Class?
At least like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah, he's 30 something, bro.
I think, but Lex Luthor strikes me as like a 40 or 50-year-old, fucker. Anyways.
But Superman's young too, so they got to skew everybody young.
It'll be interesting. I mean, he's a great actor. I think he's going to play mean super well. I think it's a cool choice.
He's going to be. I think he's going to be a good Lex Luthor.
He's almost excited. Like in too good of shape. Like he's always like pretty ripped in most of his things, and like a ripped Lex Luthor. All right, let's see how this goes.
But that's in the books. He's ripped. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're. Are you sticking to the Gene Hackman?
Yeah,
you like Gene Hackman.
So. I think so.
Yeah, you sticking to old things.
Yeah,
that's not new.
It. Yeah,
you can't fucking move on from the past. Is that what it is?
You be all right.
Okay. Yeah, you. All right. Just saying. It sounds familiar. Heard it before. But it's not like this. But why can't it be like this? If it was like this, with this and this. All right.
Have some water, dude. You're gonna be all right.
No, fine, bro. You over here fucking just stuck in the past. Call you blast from the past. All right, bro. Got some interesting news. Kind of bummer a little bit. Jenny Ortega and Melissa Barrera not involved with the Scream films.
Within like a day or two, they're both announced. One was Melissa Barrera was let go for, I guess, political posting reasons. And I gotta tell you, yesterday we did a deep dive. We were like, what exactly was said that was so terrible? Could not find anything terrible. It was just this weird. I don't want anyone to get into it. I think it's it feels like full on censorship, like in a really fucked up way that they got rid of her. And like the next day, Jenna Ortega's like, hey, I'm going to be busy with this other Wednesday show where they're going to be paying me the big bucks. So I ain't got no time for the Scream thing anymore.
Yeah. And you fired my sister. So peace out.
Yeah. I wonder if that was like a solidarity thing. I'm like, good for you guys. Like,
yeah,
shitty that the production company decided to do that. Anyways, because they were, at least Melissa Barrera was like a find. She was a find to put in this film. Like she was a great lead for a Scream film.
Yeah. Yeah. They played the damsel in distress, like the whole, they're coming to get me.
Yeah. So now they're going to completely start over, I guess, with the next Scream film.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And you know what? Like the way I had them ranked too, I had the original Scream, of course, number 1, but then these last 2 new ones, I had them 2 and 3 for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Scream 2 is good too, but I kind of like a new flavor. You know what I'm saying? And these were kind of up there for me. Scream 4 sucked. Scream 3 was like, so
I thought 3 was better than 2. I never saw 4.
But now they're saying that Nev Campbell might be interested to, and I'm like, bro, like we're gonna go back. Why we always got to go back to old shit? Man,
it'd be pretty cool if Nev Campbell told me to fuck off too.
Fuck, here you go, fuck face.
What? Did you just not hear what I just said?
What did you say?
I said it'd be pretty cool if Nev Campbell told them to fuck off too, and then they had to completely start over.
I thought it'd be like, it'd be pretty cool if Nev Campbell was joined, so all the old shit could be just the way I like it. I thought that's what you were saying.
God damn it! Of course, because you're a fucking shithead. Anyways, All right. That sucks, but moving on.
I don't know. Hopefully they do it right, because it's a great franchise. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
Yeah.
got a lot of pedigree, man, and it sucks that when something like that happens and they reboot things like that, you just want the best product and the best for the fans too, because fans hang in there no matter what. They're gonna go watch it, but it's kind of sucks.
I was super looking forward to the next one. Now I'm like super suspect.
Yeah, and then we gotta watch a trailer and be like, me, man, mid.
All right, moving on. What else we got?
Next up, oh yeah, Adam Driver in discussion for Heat numero dos, Heat 2,
You've been
next in the
talking about this for a
pipeline.
while because
Yeah,
he's starring in Michael Mann's current Ferrari film,
yeah,
and I
I'm
guess they
excited
got
for that.
along. And they have him in talks to play a young Neil McCullough.
Yeah,
Which is like
Macaulay.
okay,
Yeah,
Macaulay.
yeah,
I kind of want to read the book now, Heat 2, and I'm really
yeah.
curious how was it really well received? I don't know. I'm just super curious about it. Michael Mann, he's talking about retirement for a while. This is like one of the last things he wants to do. So I'm like, that'd be a nice little feather in his cap. Super curious how Ferrari does.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
There's a couple of shots in the trailer of Ferrari that looked amazing. I want to be in the theater for that. But anyways, he is, in the upper echelon, top 10 probably of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all in, bro. And like, I really like Adam Driver. I know that sometimes people bag on him for his choices, but everything that I see him in, he's good. You know what I'm saying? He's never really like the bad part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the writing doesn't help him, but I think that he wants to do a good job and he's really committed to the work that he does. So if he's young Neil McCauley, man, I'm in, dude. I want to see that shit happen.
I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
and it's supposed to take place in Chicago, so it's going to be like a different flavor too. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you never see Michael, like he's a big LA guy, right? Like his big movies are. Yeah. Well, he did Miami Vice, but Collateral was in Miami. I mean, in LA and stuff at nighttime. Mm-hmm. But we'll see, man. I'm excited. I want to see Heat 2.
He needs to get there as soon as he can because that dude is not a spring chicken anymore, Michael Mann.
I know. All right. But was it really just did Napoleon? He's like 80,000.
Dude, we got some cool movies coming out. Looking forward to it. All right. Next.
All right, man. Dune. Oh, every time I think of Dune, I just get so happy. Dune Duo planning another sci-fi film. All right.
They keep talking about the next Dune with these guys, but now they're saying there's this other sci-fi film called Rendezvous with Rama.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like I'm all in on Villeneuve.
Oh, sure.
And I liked Arrival. I know that you quit on it. And
I watched it. Watched it in theaters.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Good job.
I just remember like just being underwhelmed. Like it had like one hook, one kind of thing that happened. Yeah. And the whole film was kind of like around this one thing. Other than that, it was kind of boring. I kind of want to watch it again because it's that one hook. That's a thread that you don't realize is happening when you watch the film. So I kind of want to go back and try to understand the story a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because the story was kind of.
Did you have like different expectations of the movie?
Yes.
You thought you were gonna cross over or like some big boom, 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 like a revelation or something?
I expected more. I didn't. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it again. It was.
Yeah.
There's some gorgeous stuff. Like it's a big film, but it kind of predicates on this one little idea. Yeah. And it kind of was like, you don't get that until the end. You're like, oh, huh. But then you realize this little idea, I don't know. It just kind of felt underwhelming.
That'd be a good rewatch. Yeah, but so man, this guy, the director, I'm in, bro. Like, hey, he's gonna make fucking a Charlie Brown movie. I'm like, let's do it. See what happens.
I'd work on that. Anyways, yeah, seems interesting. All right,
because like even like his lower movies, smaller movies, like Prisoners movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have not seen Prisoners,
we have not, and it's been on my list for a while, but I just know it's like a darker. I'm like,
with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And you're into like crime, mystery, kidnapping, that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and go watch that freaking movie.
Yeah, it's on my list.
You know, he did Sicario. I mean, his range is pretty broad. So, yeah, man, sci-fi. Fuck it, let's do it. Another one.
All right, next one. Last piece of joined news here.
All right, here we go. Anya Taylor-Joy rumored to be in Fantastic Four.
Yes. Did you hear what role she's supposedly up for, though? Do you know what this is?
Oh no!
Did you read the fucking article?
I just assumed she was gonna be. What's her Reed Richards?
Sue Storm.
Sue Storm. Yeah.
I assumed the same thing until I actually read it. You ready for this? I'll just tell you. Ready?
Tell me.
The rumor is she's gonna be playing the Silver Surfer.
What?
Dude, I'm looking at your mind just melting right now.
I was trying to. Things are thrown at me, and I'm trying to like bob and weave, and say the right things, and make sure I don't know, man. Yay! I don't know. What do you got?
I got nothing. We're
just not gonna comment. I think if that is the case, there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people. And I think that fanboys can be toxic, and I don't want that for her. I really like her, and I really like a lot of the work that she does, and I would hate for her to have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody was like, what would be cool if we just gender flip it, Yeah. And I don't know if there's like an origin or something like that where it would be cool, you know what I'm saying? But just to do it to be like a gender flip, just to be like a shock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then I don't think that benefits the story. And one is like the actor, you don't want to put them through that shit anyways. I would hate to go through like you can't look at social media, you can't do anything because people are already talking shit over little things, and this thing I can't even imagine. And I don't want. I just want to have good mental health for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Here's the one. Here's a scenario for you. Would this bring the fanboys together if it's Anya Taylor-Joy in body paint for 90 minutes in front of you? Do you think that would be enough to calm these people down?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's guys out there that have every single issue. So we're Surfer. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this? I'm not one of them, but I'm just concerned. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, like, I don't see this happening because number one, she's a fucking fantastic actress. She does she does like challenging roles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she does stuff that's like not.
She doesn't want a cakewalk. Yeah.
And this would be a such out there kind of position. And I'll tell you right now, you're not going to Marvel to like be in a challenged role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be extremely controlled, and they're going to change your performance like 1,000 different times over. So I'm like, I don't see this happening. But I just thought it'd be a funny piece. I wanted to see your face. I'm glad you didn't read it ahead of time.
Yeah. I just assumed Sue Storm because I was like thinking of like Pedro Pascal. I'm like, man, how old are they? Apart the age difference. That's what I was like thinking of,
That's what I thought originally too. I'm like, that makes no sense. Why would they make his wife like 25 years younger than him?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I guess he is the smartest man.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Which leads us to that. The rumor of Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Oh my God. I love Pedro Pascal, bro. Like, I love him.
No one, there's no one out there who does it.
he's like, who's your daddy? He's your daddy. He's my
Yeah.
daddy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I love all that. I love all that. But man, like ever since he's done a lot of that funny shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like hard for me not to see him. Like I just see him fucking grinning and just queen and like all that, you know, however they say it.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to separate that because he's so good at it. And I just wish, and then like he was good in that. I haven't seen it, but like the trailers and that one Nicolas Cage movie, I'm like,
Mhm.
man, he goes crazy. That one crazy gif, you know, how, or like, are you ready? And he's like, yes, you know, like just melting and shit. But man, like before all that, I think he would have been good. But now, I mean, because he's good and the just the what is that show called? Alone, Us Alone, or
Last of Us.
The Last of Us. There you go. The Last of Us. He's great in that. But now he's another level of fame, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of skeptical a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little like I'd love to see him do some more cool shit, but like, is this the
Yeah,
thing? You know, is this the thing? I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see who they pair him up with, and
I would rather see him kind of like in a like like True Lies kind of role. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of action, a little bit of comedy, because I think
mm,
he could do that kind of, like action adventure, kind of
yeah,
like Jumanji, even, some shit
because
like that. Yeah,
Reed Richards is pretty damn stoic and straight, and
yeah,
like, just like
yeah,
not a laugh to be had, son.
yeah. And then
We'll
he's
see.
gonna be stretchy.
Hmm.
Don't forget the stretchy part. And he's gonna, if he makes some comments, like have I told you that when I went to watch the first iteration of the Fantastic Four, and they
Mm,
were was it in the theater? I was in the theaters, and I think they went to a club, and Reed Richards was in the club, and he stretched out his hands around a bunch of people in the club, and they were dancing. Do you remember that?
I I vaguely recall the first Fantastic Four. I remember I saw it in the theater. I might have even watched it with you, and I just remember I was like, "This is it, huh?"
And I was like, oh my! I was just getting angrier. I was like, it's so upsetting. I'm like, what am I watching? Scooby Doo? And like, it could easily go that way. And I don't want to. I don't want Pedro to do that. I
Yeah,
just don't want Pedro to do that
we'll see what
because he's
happens.
such a good actor.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
The-
see. It's just a rumor, so we'll see.
So you think Reed Richards is better without powers?
That would make it more interesting. He would just be like the hardcore
He,
scientist that could
he
build
would
and
have to
do crazy
stretch
shit. Yeah, I don't know. We'll
because
see.
he's the Elastigirl. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And Sue Storm is like, why don't they flip the powers? He can be invisible and she can be Elastigirl.
You already have Elastic Girl. We don't need to.
But I
We'll
mean,
see.
in this scenario,
Yeah, I get it. She could be. He could be on fire. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on.
and man, imagine how would you want them to design the fucking the thing? It'd be kind of cool, like if like pebbles would fall off of him, like really rustic kind of looking.
He just leaves a mess everywhere he goes. That'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's my mess. I'll come back and pick it up. Some shit like that. All right, moving on. What we watched.
Yes, we watch some stuff. Are we get? I think we're gonna get
Yeah.
right into this one.
All right. Great
We're gonna
British
get.
Baking Show spoilers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set the timer, man, because we gotta talk about some stuff. All right, listeners, fast forward 6.5 minutes for big spoilers from Bake Off the semifinals.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Timer is set. We're in spoilers for Great British Baking episode semifinals.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Oh, it was a little sad. I think I blacked out a little bit because my girl Tasha, our girl Tasha, let's say,
Yeah, she was our number, or both of our number one pick.
numero uno, is no more.
Is this the biggest upset since the one German dude from a couple of seasons ago who was like just steamrolling everyone, and in the semifinal he just kind of folded? Is this like the first
Yeah.
big upset since then?
This is the saddest I've been in a long time. I don't know about the biggest upset, you know what I'm saying, but this is the most disappointed I've been in quite a long time. I gotta say, in seasons.
Yeah, I was. Oh man, it's just. I knew it was coming because she would just kept fumbling, and the pressure kind of got to her. And then she did that thing that people do, which is the biggest mistake on the show, is where they aim too high.
Yeah, they just get super ambitious.
They need to finish strong, and they aim for the stars instead of just staying very, very solid. And twice, like it just everything fell apart, and you kind of knew going in, you're like, "Fuck, it's over." And they kind of eased the blow because you kind of saw it already coming, but at the same time, it didn't make it any easier. It's like, "Oh, Natasha, what are you doing, girl?"
Yeah.
But her apple tart, terrible, fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. And then she tried to do that inverse lamination. Like lamination's hard, and you don't need to do no inverse. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. The original way is delicious.
Yeah, it killed
already. And it's hard enough.
She dug her own grave doing that. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah. We could have been great. We could have been a contender.
But Maddie, dude, that dude's been coming up, and Josh has been right there the whole time. Very, very
fucking Maddie, bro. The guy's like, fucking shrugged the shoulders. His first 4 episodes, he was like, shrugging shoulders, like, we'll see what happens. And then like, to me, he's the type of guy that, like, what'd you do this weekend? Nothing. He's like probably not telling his friends because he might be embarrassed that he's in the Great British Baking Show. And we're not embarrassed. Like 2 40-something-year-old guys here. We're talking very manly about this show that we're passionate about.
That hurt our feelings. Like,
yes. Because we're secure, in our baking passion. Yeah.
But man, I gotta tell you, I was
fucking Maddie. Bowl cut Maddie.
I really thought Dan would go, but Dan keeps surprising.
That fucking guy. Are we sure he doesn't have the sauce underneath? Like he doesn't go like, oh, what do we do? And like he's like the matcha thing, and then everybody knows that Paul hates matcha, and this white people still be putting matcha and stuff, and he put matcha in the little cakes in the beginning, but he got a handshake out of it.
Dude, that was like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, he was like, let me take another shot. I'm like, that guy's on the sauce. Oh, bro. I don't know, man.
He's in the pipe, man, just doing whatever, and it just kind of starts working.
Yeah. Those little cakes were bullshit, dude, in the beginning, too.
Not my thing. I thought Dan would have gone a while ago, but it just keeps going. But I think...
Since the fucking swamp. How do you get past the swamp?
Dude, but it was a good patisserie week. That was good. There was some really good challenges.
Yeah. And, the showstoppers were nice. They're really intricate.
Man, he was ambitious. I liked his set. I'm like, that's cool. And then fucking Josh was just so pretty. I'm like, damn, that looks good.
Yeah.
Oh well, man, it just didn't come together. Someone for Tasha.
Yeah. So who you got next week then? The final.
Josh.
Got Josh?
I think he's at least 2 steps ahead of the other 2. The only way
bowl cut and the sauce man.
Yeah, I think if unless he does some missteps, I think it's pretty much his to lose at this point.
What are they gonna do? Is it cake? Did they already do cake?
I don't know. I didn't see that. Did they do bread? They did bread, right?
They did bread like week 3 or something. I did the bread too early. I think maybe they do bread so they can get more people doing bread, but I just wish that we get some really cool showstopper bread shit.
Yeah,
remember one year it was like, wow. I can't remember what year it was, but they did the showstoppers with the bread, and I was like, wow, this is really impressive. Like they built some crazy shit.
I remember that. Yeah, they've done some shit. I'm like, nope, I ain't never doing any of that. And they do it all in like 4 hours. So I'm like,
yeah,
dude, wild. Anyways, but yeah, I'm going with Josh, and we're gonna talk about it next week when it happens.
I'm gonna go with Maddie. Oh fuck,
Okay.
bowl cut. I'm gonna go with bowl cut. Shrug shoulders. Like fuck it. And he's probably like a what are those called? Those he's a hooligan on the weekends too. He's like
Throws trash cans through the window.
He bakes, and then he's like part of the Liverpool hooligans. You know what I'm saying? Like he goes and like throws bottles of beer at the Liverpool opponents. Yeah, that's who he is.
I can see that.
Yeah.
He comes back Monday morning for work. Hey guys.
Yeah. How was your weekend? Just sat around the house.
All right. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
I think we worked it. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, we worked some things out. All right, moving on. On Apple Plus, Monarch.
Yeah.
Episodes 1 and 2.
I started 3, but I didn't finish it. I was watching it this morning, so I figured we just talk about 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get into some? I don't think there's a lot to spoil.
Yeah. No. I mean, we're just gonna talk in general, I guess, but like it is interesting. I like especially this first episode. I mean, they do it in the second episode too, but like there's a lot of time jumping. And in a way, I like it because it forces people to like not be on their fucking phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they? Or like, because they're like in 1969 or something like that. Then they go back even further.
Like the 40s.
They have a flashback of a flashback. You know, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But if you didn't know, you know, you just didn't know. But like, I kind of like the international cultural aspect of it. Mm-hmm. I like all that. Yeah.
I think
it looks nice.
The show is really well executed. Like they spent some money, like the designs and the costumes and the period pieces and the opening sequence. I'm like, oh shit, Skull Island opens with Skull Island, and but I'm starting to get fatigued on the amount of time jumping, and they jump within like not just generational, but they'll jump within the story of the story, and it's like almost too much, and then. I think it stops the story from moving forward sometimes. And I'm like, I just want you to tell at least one kind of arc within an episode. And I kind of feel like you're kind of not. And it's like, you've had 2 hours to tell.
Because we're not even in the present time. There's no. Is it like we just get to 2015, I think, or whatever that was?
Godzilla attacks. And then we just go backwards for most of it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting and fun. But at the same time, like, I think it kind of takes away from moving the story forward at times.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, go back to that thing you were talking about. No.
Yeah.
Like something happened and they haven't addressed it in like an episode and a half. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out like, it's kind of taking me out a little bit. And then when they get back to something, I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. So I think the momentum is hurting by the amount of time jumping. Yeah. But when there's so many cool sequences though, this film, they spent some money and put the thought into this thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, the first 2 episodes are directed by Matt Shackman, who does like, he did all of WandaVision. Like, the dude's a good director. He did like some badass episodes of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He is directing Fantastic Four film coming out some point soon. So he knows what he's doing. They bring him in to like set the tone for all these projects.
I felt in safe hands watching this, watching the episodes. I didn't feel anything like, oh, like where did this come from? It's
very good.
The storytelling, I guess tropes they're using are a little bit like especially with the time jumping is like a little heavy handed. So maybe let's take a break, guys. Hey guys, let's take a break. But at the end of episode 2, we got my guy showing up.
Yeah, that was cool. And then episode 3, you get more, and I'm like, I felt like it brought a needed energy and a consistency. And I'm like,
and cool. it sped things up, you know, because like, hey, no time to think about it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I'm like, that's my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. Curtis. I like that guy.
He's like in his 70s, looks and acting fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just does a lot of yoga and like drinks a lot of water and uses skincare products, but that dude is looking fantastic.
Yeah. And
his energy and his deliveries, dude, he's on point. So I'm like, yeah.
He's like, hey, rookies, let me show you how to be in a genre thing. You know, let me show you guys. Been doing this shit since my 20s.
he was a get for this show. I'll tell you right now. So
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
let's see what happens. But yeah,
yeah. I hope
episodes
he
1 and
keeps.
2.
I hope he keeps coming on.
But I'm digging it. I'm going to see what they
I'm
do.
digging it too. It's just the quality's there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you just got to tighten it up a little bit. Tighten it up.
Yeah,
All right.
agree.
All
All
right.
right.
I think we're done, huh? Moving
Yeah,
on.
good.
All right. You watched something.
Yeah, Apple TV. There's this film I've been a little curious about called Flora and Son. And it's a film. And I didn't realize Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like the most famous person who's in it. And he plays like a musician. And I was like, I didn't really know what it was. But then sort of watching the film and the trailers came, or the credits, and I saw that it was directed by John Carney, who's directed two of my other really big films that I really love. Sing Street being one of them. If people haven't watched Sing Street, go watch Sing Street. He's an Irish director. He and all of his films are revolve around music of some sort. He also directed Begin Again. Mark Ruffalo, Keira Knightley. Really fun film. A lot of music, very music heavy, and really good film. And this film is kind of also a love letter to music. And it totally works that way. And you're kind of getting into it. The characters are defined. It takes place in Ireland. And it's about a mother and the son kind of having problems. And they're both like in not happy places, but you kind of see. And they kind of discover music. And music kind of helps make them better people. And she connects with a guitar teacher online. It makes him kind of a slightly better person because they rediscover like their passion and love for music. And it's like dope. Except the film's great, except for the one thing that pissed both me and Christina off when we were watching it. It kind of just like it's like in the middle of a scene towards the end of the film, and the credits just roll, and you're like, wait, what? The film clearly had like another 10 minutes to go of like story to wrap up the characters, and it just kind of ended in the middle, and you got no closure. And that maybe that's a spoiler for folks, but it's a really enjoyable thing. But because of this abrupt ending, I'm like, wait, what happened? Like to these folks, like what's the next thing? And you don't get any of that shit. And it felt kind of shitty. And I don't know if we'd watch it again because of that. But I mean, there's so many cool things that happen in the film that are totally unexpected and great character. Like the characters are good. There's a lot of funny fucking moments, and every performance is great. It's a total love letter to music. And you're like, all right. But then kind of ends. And you're like, what the shit? So that I have a harder time recommending it because the ending is so abrupt. But the film itself is great up until that point. So I don't know what else to tell you. It's on Apple. Give it a click. It's funny. Apparently not super inappropriate. And regardless, I look forward to what the director does again. His name is John Carney, and he's an Irish guy, and he loves music. And I'm still into whatever he does next, but this did not land the plane at the very end. That's all I have to say.
Cool. I've heard mixed things, so this goes online. So is it Paul McCartney's daughter in it?
Oh, I don't know. That would be trippy.
I think so. I think that's what I heard. But anyways.
But yeah. It's not, I mean, it's a totally enjoyable film. Just the very end just didn't land. But definitely check it. That's on Apple, so just clickety click.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll give you kudos for sticking to the end, something you usually don't do.
All right, here we go. This is
bang bang. All right, moving on. Blue Beetle. Somebody finally watched it
on HBO, son. I was so excited.
Yeah,
we watched the day one that it came out because everyone.
Oh, really cool.
Everyone I knew that watched it like seriously dug it, and I'm like, I gotta watch this shit. So without further ado, here comes some spoilery Blue Beetle reviews, which you already did, but now we're gonna do a full on spoiler. And we're gonna talk about Nana and some other stuff.
Nana.
All right, listeners, fast forward 5.5 minutes while we spoil some stuff for Blue Beetle. Not a lot, but I highly recommend it. Check it out. Spoilers are going. Fire away, Blue Beetle. Do you want to give any thoughts? Spoilery thoughts?
I already did, bro. You just watched it. You give me your thoughts. Like, are you gonna have to refresh my? I watched it 3 months ago. Asshole. Thoughts?
All right.
No, your thoughts.
All right, my thoughts. The film's adorable. Like the story is kind of straightforward, but it's so well executed with all the characters, and they did the smartest thing they could do is they they didn't make the story around the superhero per se. They made the story on the family that's around the superhero. And by doing that and bringing everyone together, and you kind of understand where they're all coming from. And like, there's so many hilarious moments. Like, the family is just awesome. That's kind of what you're watching it for. And then like George Lopez, dude, that dude's getting like a career revival performance out of this. Like, it's so funny. And there's a lot of cheeseball stuff that happens, but you're so into it, it don't matter. Like, Nana the Revolutionary, when she pulls out the Gatling gun, I'm like, what the fuck? I was dying. I don't even give a shit. I was dying. It's really, really well shot. The film looks good. Like, they spent some money. The suits look good. The sets look good. The one thing I didn't like was like the forced romance between the two. I'm like, really? Didn't they have a spark? It just kind of felt a little forced. But there's so much good here. It's like, damn, that's enjoyable. That's funny. That's funny. You're just in the entire time, man. The action's really good. They even made the bad guy kind of relatable towards the end. I'm like, I really liked his performance. The main. Do you know whose performance I didn't really care much for? Was Susan Sarandon's.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
I'm like, how come this Academy Award nominated, possibly winning actress is getting like acting circles, or these other people are just acting circles around her the entire time? And I was like, she was just getting a paycheck for this one. But man, but also her dialogue was terrible. She also had like the worst dialogue in the entire film.
Yeah, what am I gonna do with this?
Bring me that thing. Like, all right.
If you don't do it, we'll get somebody else to do it.
We're gonna make all the money doing this thing. I'm like, okay, I guess that's where we're at right now. I mean, other than that, this one was rewatchable. Like, you could easily get back into this. It's cool. It's on HBO. It's like a nice, light, fun. Everyone can watch it. Lots of laughs. Big heart. It's not a perfect film, but it's not meant to be. It's supposed to be like a fun cheeseball here and there when it needs to be, serious when it needs to be. And the whole time, I'm kind of like, dude, kill these people. Like, don't stop being the nice guy. They're trying to murder you and your family. Like, they crossed the line, bro. You could tip the line a little bit yourself. That's what I was like. Come on, bigger gun. Get a bigger gun.
And Andres Darkseid right there. Dude, I agree with everything you just said. Like, it was about the family, and the sister was hilarious.
Dude,
and was funny to have like
hilarious.
that sibling relationship where like there's a little bit of like, you're an asshole, but I love you. I guess I'll help you kind of way. But it was good, man. I was so impressed too by George Lopez, because I was like, oh, this guy's gonna mail it in. But no, man, every time he was on fire, every time he came on the screen, all the music choices, like all these like needle drops that are like fucking bangers and the Latino culture or whatever. There were so many fucking cool things about it. And man, I enjoyed it too. I mean, like, is it perfect? No, but it's totally fun and rewatchable. And Cholo, the main character, the main actor, he did a good job, man. I'm excited for him. I hope they said that they might keep the Blue Beetle in the new DC thing moving forward.
I looked that up afterwards, and they confirmed, like, James Gunn said, yes, he's currently a part. He's like the third character that they've said is staying and going to continue forward. I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. This is a little movie that was like HBO had given up on, or Warner Brothers had given up on. You know, it's like, it might not have made the most money, but at least people that watch it are going to love it and hopefully share it with other people and grow like a little cultiness to it.
It's trippy that I don't know anyone that did not really, really enjoy this film. And the fact that it didn't make as much as you think you would make, like way more than it did, but it didn't. I don't know if it's like a marketing thing, but man.
I think it was a timing thing. I can't remember what was going on around that time, but there was something going on where I was like, oh yeah, this thing that like everything there were other things.
I think it was around Barbenheimer, probably.
Probably, yeah.
That's what just steamrolled everything.
Yeah. It was like the third week of Barbenheimer.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Good.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Blue Beetle. Check it out. HBO Max. You'll totally dig it.
Yeah. Okay. new to the list, Fargo. The new
Yeah.
season started.
Yeah.
We're behind on that. I think there's one episode up, maybe two.
Have not started it yet.
But I'm like, oh man, when I start it, I can't wait. I don't know if I want to let a couple, like 3 or
Yes, you
4
do.
episodes build up and then just
Yes, you
watch
do.
them all in a row. You know what I'm saying? Get a little binge action going.
Get a little rainy day Fargo and happiness happening.
Yeah. Lock my door. Nobody, hey, kids, hey, here's some pizza. Bye. Get out of my face.
This is not going to be for kids.
No, I know, but I'm going to give them food and then shush them away.
Yeah. I've been looking forward for this for a while. I'm so glad it's out now.
Yeah. Looking forward for 2. And next up, I don't know. Did you watch Reacher season 1?
I watched part of the first episode. I liked some stuff. I didn't like other things, but everyone gave it great reviews. So I think I should get back into it.
Yeah, Reacher season 2. Ginormous guy they found to be Reacher. So season 2 starts on Amazon December 15th. I enjoyed the first season.
Yeah,
it's kind of grounded. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as badass as like the first Reacher movie, but it was better than the second Reacher movie. Like somewhere, so it's somewhere like in the like a little below the first Reacher. But I like that. I like the actor and the way he's playing the character and stuff. And just like it's so funny. Every episode is like, you're a big motherfucker, and that was like a whole bit. And it was funny. It was good. It was interesting. I think they did. I liked it because, you know, some of these shows, that crime shows, you're like, so did it, or the sheriff did it, you know, like that. Can you figure it out?
Yeah.
And I like that. I didn't figure it out because I hate when I fucking figure it out. I don't like figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a thing that I enjoy doing. I'm like, because I don't think I'm that smart. So it's like, why am I figuring this shit out?
Sure.
Yeah, you know, but I really am. I'm being humble here. You ever heard of the word humble?
No.
Humility? No, I know you haven't, Mr. Elitist. But yeah, so yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. That's cool. All right.
Moving on to our double feature. We're gonna do Jacked Up Family.
Post Thanksgiving. What's the idea behind this one again?
Well, we all just had Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody has family. Some, you know, some families are tighter than others, you know what I'm saying? Some people might have a dysfunctional family. Some people might have like that one uncle that always fucks shit up, or that cousin, or that brother, or whatever. And there's movies about that, you know, so we're gonna do this functional family double feature.
Sounds good. I got mine. Go for it.
I got mine too. And I'm actually, it's funny because people are gonna be like, what? But I'm gonna go with Who's Your Daddy 2?
Is that Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
And in the sequel, they have their dads come.
I remember.
And it's Mel Gibson and Lithgow. And dude, it's so funny. I'm like, it's like cheese dick, but it's so funny. And even the first time I watch it, I'm like, damn. But then I couldn't help but laugh because like Mel Gibson plays such a dick. Like, and then like, it's funny because of the first movie, I don't know if you've seen it, but the premise is like,
stepdad.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's the stepdad, and Mark Wahlberg's like this badass kind of rebel dad, like hot dad or whatever. But anyways, and they finally work their shit out. And like the beginning of this movie, everybody's co-parenting, being adults, you know, like they have their schedules figured out and stuff like that. And here come the holidays, and here come the grandfathers, and Mel Gibson said like, did this guy take your balls? Or, you know, like shit like that, just random mean shit to say. And then John Lithgow comes in and he's totally like this nurturing, big old softy.
Emotions, yeah.
Yeah. And they play off well off each other. So I thought it was interesting. Mel Gibson's trying to be a dick the whole time. and sabotage and break them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. It was funny.
I saw the trailer for it. It looked funny. I'm like, all right, cool.
It has some,
But
it has some decent laughs.
But I've not watched it, so yeah.
There you go. Who's your daddy too? Oh, what do you got?
My dysfunctional family pick is Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, damn.
That film
funny and depressing.
Yes, that film is so good. Like when
It
you
is.
watch it, you're like,
I
there's
love
so
that
much
movie.
going on. There's so many characters. They
Yeah.
all have so much going on. Like,
Yeah.
and the cast is crazy. Steve Carell and Toni Collette, and then Greg Kinnear. And then you also got like Alan Arkin being like the crazy grandpa who's like on coke the whole time. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Paul Dano, Mr. Joker himself. Or sorry, Mr. Riddler himself.
Yeah.
The movie's just hilarious. They go on this road trip so the little girl can compete. The little girl who's terrible at like beauty pageants can do like a talent beauty pageant thing, and they all jump in a van and drive cross country. And hijinks ensue. They all kind of like secretly hate each other in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it. Like it is not a happy family, but they all kind of come together for a common cause. But layers get peeled off as they keep going, and you see like one of the characters just got out of the hospital for attempting suicide, so it's dark. But man,
super dark.
But it's really well directed and acted, and it's got some hilarious moments and some heartfelt moments and some sad moments.
Yeah, I love this movie.
This movie's punching above its weight. You're like, damn, this is a fucking good movie.
Yeah, you didn't expect to feel so much.
Yeah,
and you leave on I feel like a good note. And that's important.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Mine is not as good. Mine is not as good, but it's got some funny shit in it.
Yeah. It's all good. But that's a pretty solid little double feature right there.
Yeah, there you go. Little Miss Sunshine and Who's Your Daddy Too?
Feel better by your guys' self when you're done. You're like, we're not that crazy. At least our grandpa's not on coke the whole fucking time.
Yeah. And Who's Your Daddy Too is set in the holidays. So there you go. Boom, boom. You got a holiday movie and dysfunctional family.
We were talking the other day about holiday films, and like, I don't think there's like a Thanksgiving film. You're thinking about that one?
Huh. Just the one that just came out.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a cultural thing because it's not going to play well across any other parts of the world.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Because they're like Thanksgiving, and they're all like, "You murderers!"
Thanks for the genocide, assholes.
Yeah, you pilgrims. Yeah, you stinking pilgrims. Anyways, yeah,
stuff in your face. Yes,
that's funny. All right. Well, anything else you want to add, bro?
Excited to see who wins next week on Bake Off, and I think tonight, I'm pretty sure we're going to rent the next Mission Impossible film. And I'm super stoked to talk to you about it because you had your thoughts. And now I get to have my thoughts and we get to be all spoilery.
Yeah.
And the other thing, fucking Oppenheimer, man, that shit is now available to buy, at least digitally. Which I'm like, is it that good? Should I just buy the damn DVD or should I wait? Blu-ray. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know what? We should rent Equalizer 3. Fuck that. Equalizer 3. you can rent it for $5.99 right now.
Dude, it looked good. Looked good.
Denzel, I need me some Denzel, dog.
Fighting the Italian mafia in Italy. I mean, what else you
want? Yeah. Drinking a cappuccino. Never know. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for our show. We did another one.
Good job.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thank you for listening, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something out there? Is Andres getting on your nerves? Let us know. As always, I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Annoying as hell. Have a great week.
Mr. Perfect.
2 nerds, 1 pod. Vámonos. Let's go. Put on the list.